What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Uber Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we have some very, very interesting news as the WBA sanction body could possibly reinstate legendary 8-division world champion, Filipino iconic superstar boxer, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, as he enters what could possibly be now a unification showdown with undefeated, unified WBC, IBF, welterweight, world champion, superstar boxer who is widely considered by many to be top 3 pound-for-pound fighters in the world, in Errol the True Spence Jr. With that said, yesterday they announced that they will be facing off against one another August 21st in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, Manny Pacquiao back in January was removed or placed as champion in recess after he defeated former unified WBC, WBA, welterweight world champion superstar boxer Keith one-time Thurman, July of 2019. Since then, Manny Pacquiao has been inactive, largely due to the part of the global pandemic. Manny Pacquiao was placed as champion in recess due to inactivity. Now, according to the WBA and the rules, Manny Pacquiao can be reinstated as the super champion. Now, we know Cuban star WBA regular champion was elevated to super champion when Manny Pacquiao was placed as champion in recess. But now this can be undone, as Manny Pacquiao could possibly inform the WBA that he's going to fight another champion and another belt holder, and they will place him as super champion. Due to the fact that we were dealing with a global pandemic, Manny Pacquiao was unable to fulfill any mandatory obligations to defend the belt amongst somebody within the top 10 of the WBA ranking system. And according to the rules, as long as Manny Pacquiao informed them that he had any type of issues, according to Rule C-2224, states that a champion is unable to defend the belt, medical, legal, or any other reason beyond his control. So the WBA placed him in champion recess due to the fact that Manny Pacquiao had informed them that he wasn't able to perform and fulfill his obligations to defend his title against somebody within the top 10 ranking system. And so with that said, the WBA is stating that according to their rules, Manny Pacquiao has informed them correctly that he wasn't going to be able to defend it within somebody against somebody within the top 10 in the ranking system. So when they placed him in champion recess and he was unsure what his next move was going to be, they elevated YORDENIS UGAS. Now, a way to satisfy this is that Manny Pacquiao could face off against YORDENIS UGAS, but obviously that's not going to happen. Or Manny Pacquiao can inform the WBA that he's going to face another world champion, and that champion can be placed in their top 10 ranking system, and they will consider it a defense, as it would be a unification bout. So with that said, now there's a strong possibility that this showdown between Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence could now be for 3 belts on the line. And obviously, largely due to the part that this is a mega showdown with 2 high-profile fighters within the sport of boxing, it's a super fight, and obviously the WBA does not want to be not involved. So, according to the rules, Manny Pacquiao can be reinstated as the WBA super champion, thus rendering this fight a unification bout. Now, everybody expected Errol Spence to face off against YORDENIS UGAS in a unification bout because he lives by the mantra of strap season. And nobody foresaw him facing Manny Pacquiao, especially Manny Pacquiao without a belt. Manny Pacquiao had been rumored and reported and linked to 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer Mikey Garcia, and he's also been linked to undefeated 3-division world champion, who currently is the WBO welterweight world champion, and Terrence Bud Crawford. Both of those obviously fell through. So now Manny Pacquiao is going to fight and agreed to fight Errol Spence Jr. So with that said, now we see that Manny Pacquiao can be reinstated, and this could be a unification bout. So now it's not so much of Errol Spence not collecting belts, because now he beats Manny Pacquiao and he will indeed be the WBA super champion. So with that said, the biggest fight in the sport of boxing is the rival between Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. That's the super fight within the sport of boxing. That's the fight that everybody is waiting for. And so, if Manny Pacquiao beats Manny Pacquiao, Errol Spence beats Manny Pacquiao, well then the fight between him and Terrence Crawford becomes undisputed if Manny Pacquiao is indeed reinstated as the WBA super champion. What does this mean for Yordenis Ugas? Well, Yordenis Ugas has been reported to possibly facing Keith Thurman. Now, Keith Thurman was once a WBA belt holder. He lost his belt to Manny Pacquiao. Keith Thurman is in the WBA ranking system. So to have Keith Thurman in the WBA ranking system and Yordenis Ugas face off against Keith Thurman, well, either which way, let's say that fight is still for the regular title, okay? And then the winner faces the winner of Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao. That's a strong possibility and an official unification bout. But what's important here is, due to the rules with the WBA, it's a strong possibility that Manny Pacquiao can indeed be reinstated. He can indeed be reinstated as the WBA super champion. Okay, so again, Yordenis Ugas is still on the hook to get a big fight. Obviously he was looking to secure the Errol Spence fight, and that's not going to happen, not right now. But a fight between Yordenis Ugas and Keith Thurman is still a very, very big fight, a huge profile fight, a big lucrative fight for Yordenis Ugas. Fight between Yordenis Ugas, I would suggest, would be Terrence Crawford. If Terrence Crawford is able to secure a fight with Yordenis Ugas, if the WBA doesn't reinstate Manny Pacquiao as the super champion, well then Yordenis Ugas is still the super champion, and that would be a unification bout. But Terrence Crawford has been leaked to facing off against Josh Taylor, who just became undisputed at junior welterweight and was looking for a fight with Terrence Crawford. Said it would be an honor. He's undefeated. That would be a big fight for Terrence Crawford. Mikey Garcia, he just displayed interest in facing Yordenis Ugas. Obviously, he's looking to become a 5-division world champion, and beating Yordenis Ugas even for a regular belt makes him a 5-division world champion. He's already a 4-division world champion at 126, 130, 135, 140. Now he's looking to become a world champion at 147. He attempted to do so against Errol Spence, but he came up short big time, to say the least, losing pretty much every single round against Errol Spence. But Mikey Garcia versus Yordenis Ugas is a big fight for Yordenis Ugas. So Yordenis Ugas definitely has options if he's relieved of the super champion. Manny Pacquiao is reinstated as the super champion, and Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao's unification bout. Well, that would make Yordenis Ugas the mandatory for the winner of the fight any which way. So either which way, Yordenis Ugas is still in a good position, because he can still get a big, high-profile, big, lucrative fight against, maybe Terrence Crawford, maybe Keith Thurman, maybe Mikey Garcia. We know Yordenis Ugas. He stated that, he would love to face off against Keith Thurman. He said he was having conversations with Keith Thurman, and Keith Thurman was telling him, if you beat me and you fight, and then you fight Errol Spence, it makes your fight that much bigger. And he was in agreement, saying that is true. So that would be a huge fight for Yordenis Ugas. And if he's victorious, that's a big, high-profile fight. He's victorious, then he gets the winner of the fight. He's the mandatory. Well, he's still getting, what he's looking for. I know a lot of people are going to say, man, that's kind of messed up that they're going to remove him. They gave it to him. Now they're going to remove him. But they did say Manny Pacquiao was champion in recess. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
This is Amanda, the real deal Serrano, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.